Working with us, we're going to be closely working with Arnie here in Apps for Asia. We will try to provide our own input about the local mobile carrier role and our partner ecosystem, so that if you want to monetize your applications later on, you can approach us, and if you have a promising app that we think that not only will do good for the country or for Asia, but will also be making money on it, we can come up with a partnership and we'll share in the revenues. So that's something to consider. Because usually when it comes to mobile services, you're not limited to just making money off download of an application. There are other ways of monetizing an app, like you can charge for specific services, you can have subscriptions, and this is very difficult to do on your own, but if you partner with a carrier, it becomes quite easy to do, because we developed this infrastructure already over the past 10 years. We've been selling people things like ringtones and wallpapers back in the old days. So we know how to do it, so you can benefit from our expertise in this area. So, yeah, so we're looking forward to working with Microsoft, with ADB in this initiative, and hopefully also working closely with you, the developer community.
Thank you. Martin, your words of wisdom. Infrastructure.
Yeah, and odd man out here, aside from the utility industry. It's great to see familiar faces in today's session, where we're glad to be closely partnering with our stakeholders in the startup ecosystem. I'll use the word startups. And for us, it's more of a commitment, not just in our professional capacity, but our personal capacity to mentor the ISVs and the startups. Why am I the odd man out? Because the utility space has been so stagnant for the past decade or two. But with a lot of technologies out there right now, we have been heavily investing in new solutions. Let me share with you some of the solutions that we're currently working on. One of them is the prepaid electricity, which we're currently testing out in Rizal. We also have a lot of smart grid initiatives where we like to be able to lower the systems loss for the benefit of our customers, or not just lower the loss, but at the same time we want to make sure that our customers are able to be informed and make them empowered. Because we know in the utility space, not just power, but even water, we have a chance, we have a significant impact to the lives of our consumers, and we can shape their lifestyle. And that's why for us, we'd like to encourage everyone, if you have a game changer or something, an idea that will not just benefit the utility industry, but at the same time benefit the consumers and society in general, we'd be more than happy to share our thoughts, our inputs. And for Meralco, for Maynilad, Idea Space, it's not just about giving you the funding, but it's a first draft at our subscriber base, our customer base. Sometimes it's tough for startups to have access to resources, and for us, that's something that we'd be more than happy to share with you guys. And hopefully, we get the best ideas, the brightest ideas out today, because we believe that we keep on saying that Filipinos are really talented, and this is a chance for us to be able to showcase the Filipino talent, not just in the Philippines, but in the region. Good morning.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you. Some good words from our mentors. Before we break out for lunch, let me just let you know what the agenda is for later. This afternoon, we will be more of the technical sessions. So, when you build your apps, how do you now integrate the technologies that we are trying to propagate here into the app that you're building? Who has their Azure trial accounts? You. Okay. So for those who don't have their trial accounts yet, we've set up a booth outside. So please sign up for a trial account here. We'll help you run through the process. And if you have any questions or concerns with setting it up, we'll be happy to help you out right here outside. The reason why we want you to have the account right now is because we're actually providing you training accounts for use today for these sessions. So that just in case you want to try out, so when you want to try out what's being discussed, you already have an account that you can use. So we're providing a training accounts for today. So just sign up here at the table outside. A little housekeeping. We're a bit late. Let's try to start at around maybe 30 minutes later. So outside, I think it's pretty good food. We have lechon. I think that's actually simple lechon. Yeah, it's a party. Part of the marketing effort of my I think that's alright. So we're gonna have here now. Alright. So please, we didn't give.
Good. Talagyan natin po lang.
Talking to, right? So I can adjust. Para hindi naman kayo mag-board. Diba? Baka sumobrang technical ako, ang decision makers pa rin nandito, diba? Sumobrang marketing naman, or sumobrang business side, tapos may ano pala. So, students, any students here? No. You're right. From what school? Lasal, which one? Sa top? Ang cute doon, ano, yung pedestrian lang sa tapat ng McDo, binutas na nila. Dati mukhang tanga yun eh. Nakita niyo yan? In charge ako sa pag-develop ng mga mobile applications. Tinagalog ko lang, no? Well, now, basically yung mga Windows 8, Windows Phone. Okay. Maganda pala ng Office 2030. So, maganda dito sa part nito. Okay. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you not really how, not how yung detalyado how to develop a cloud application. Pero we wanted to tailor it for the ADB thingy. Pero yun nga, I want it to be as generic as possible. So what I'm going to show you is the concepts that you need to get a grasp on if you're planning to develop for the cloud. Okay? Kasi iba yung cloud application, iba yung web application. Iba yun, magkaiba na. Okay? Tapos nakita ko kanina yung mga target nila na applications, meron mga for mobile phone, for tablet, di ba? So yung iba nag-iisip, kailangan ko mag-aral gumawa ng Windows Store app, di ba? Or kailangan kong gumawa ng iPhone app, kailangan kong gumawa ng ganito app. Well, there's a solution for that. Hindi nyo na kailangan aralin lahat yun. Kung browser-based yung app ninyo, lahat ng mga smartphones may browser. So yun na lang ilagay, andar sa lahat yan. Tama? Di ba? Makes sense, right? Lagay nyo lang sa browser, may browser yung mga phones na yun, doon nyo ilagay. Right? So, why cloud? Para yung database, hindi nyo kailangan ng data center, hindi nyo kailangan ng server room or what, di ba? So, lahat naman meron ng ano, how comfortable you are, all of you, with the topic of the cloud? Naiintindihan na si cloud? Or okay naman? Okay, good. Mabuti naman. Kasi yung mga, a year and a half ago, when I talk about the cloud, talagang ganun sila eh. Ano yung cloud? Yung ganun pa dati kasi ngayon, really very nice that a lot of people already understand. Siyempre, hindi sa laptop ko nakadugtong to. Today we'll be violating the laws of physics. Familiar ba sa inyo to? Sa inyo na ba sa inyo? Development, if we came from web development, it really, the concept is parang violating. It's the same, but at the same time it's different. Okay? Environment, that's the first one. What do I mean about understanding your environment? Una, you need to know saan siya i-deploy. Tama? Sa app server. Ano pa? You have to understand that. Tama? Before you even start developing your ASP.NET or web application, the firewalls, the protections, permissions, you have to have a good grip on that. Right? Which folders you can write on. May kasama ng app. Sa patuhan, no? I-deploy mo sa IIS. Diba? So that demonstrates a poor understanding of the environment. So you really need a good understanding that your application is going to have a file upload. What do you call this file upload feature? Saan nyo ilalagay yung upload?
CDN.
Either in a CDN, but somewhere else other than your web server and folder na ini-scan ng antivirus every time there's a problem. And that's also the thing that you need to understand when you're developing for the cloud. So, kailangan magkaroon kayo ng magandang grip or a very good grip on the environment. Okay? Yung deployment environment ninyo if you're deploying. Lang HTML lang. Wala namang, nothing dynamic, walang data, nothing. Deploy sa yung server nyo, naka-dual core pa. Diba? Nakakita na ba kayo ng HTML code na nag-maximize ng dual core processors or dollars, but also in terms of resources sa server. Kung developers na nag-uusap, alin ang what's the cheapest way to do this, diba? Cheapest in terms of processing din yun eh. Cheapest in terms of right? Okay. So, let's go straight to try to understand the environment. Okay. Si Windows Azure, okay, sometimes, may mga nag-iisip dyan, replicates copies of your VM, diba? Parang ganon. So, that's a different story. Si Windows Azure kasi is infra as a service or platform as a service. So, ganun siya. We're focusing on platform as a service here. We're going to be designing or architecting. Hindi ako makakonect sa database, diba? Permissions issue pala. Diba? So, yung operating system, siya yung nagdidictate ng mga bagay. Diba? Siya masusunod doon. So, there are things that you need to set pala. Diba? Web.config, iniwan mo, diba? Equals true. Ano nangyari? Kita yung code mo, pumutok. Right? So, yung cloud, you can view it as an operating system. And you develop for it in the same way as you develop for your current operating system. You have to know the limitations of your OS. Limitations of your, limitations of the OS and the features of the OS. Okay? Na yung palang OS, yung palang folder, kailangan pala, di ba? Administrator yung magsusulat or yung sila lang pwedeng mag-read, mag-write, parang gano'n. Okay? And then also, you need to understand the cloud as an infrastructure. Kung ano yung itsura niya, visualize nyo, you need to visualize kung ano yung itsura niya, parang sa server, or kung ano yung diagram mismo ng cloud. Or in this particular talk, ng Windows Azure. Okay? So yun ang ibibigay ko sa inyo, i-share ko sa inyo, sinishare ko rin parang bagong show ni Manny Pacquiao yun. Okay? So what I'm going to share with you is how we understand Windows Azure, yung architecture niya, the things that you can do, o yung mga parts niya. Bawat isang part ng Windows Azure, hihimayin ko lahat para sa inyo. I'm not saying lahat ng parts ng Azure, alam ko may kulong pa isa. Okay? I'm not saying lahat yan, kabisado ko or alam ko. But it will greatly help you. Baka magulat pa kayo mamaya. Hindi ko pala alam. Diba? Yan. Ito ang Windows Azure. Okay, next slide. Galing, ano? Ang bilis, diba? Alright, so, you have a client layer. Okay, pero labas na ng Azure yan. Hindi na kulay Azure eh. Diba? Anong kulay mo yun? Yun. Green. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm colorblind. Okay, I'm acutely colorblind. So, alam ko lang magkaiba sila, but I don't know that it's green. Okay? Yesterday, I bought a bicycle. Pag uwi ko, sabi ng misis ko, bakit pumili ka ng bisikleta kulay ilaw ng kamyas? It was bright yellow-green. Ano ko yellow lang? Alright, so we have your CDN. Mouse pointer na lang po. You have your CDN, Traffic Manager, VM, Virtual Networks, C-Connect. Kaya nyo naman basahin. I don't need to read this for you, right? Importante sa atin for today would be ito, si compute, si storage, at si DB. Okay? Lahat ng mga magde-develop for Windows Azure, dyan magsisimula. At saka si service bus.